and welcome to VoiceWhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Vehere is a leading cybersecurity software company specializing in AI cyber network intelligence. Joining us today are the founders, Praveen Jaiswal and Naveen Jaiswal. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Let's begin with you, Naveen. Now, Vehere actually started by addressing high-stakes, critical challenges for defense and intelligence agencies. Now, how has that legacy really shaped the company's current role in enterprise cybersecurity sector?
So, Nupur, Vehere's legacy working with national security has pitched us to work in an absolutely demanding cyber threat environment where speed and scale is of utmost importance. Speed leads to real-time proactive response, and scale leads to a comprehensive situational awareness. So, for any intelligence agency around the world, speed and scale become very important, and they can only be tamed by cutting-edge technology. And that's what Vehere has been building for the last 20 years. And that legacy is now embedded today in our current generation of enterprise cybersecurity products. I mean, for example, if we even take our latest generation NDR, Network Detection Response for the enterprise, it has military-grade visibility, absolute powerful AI engine, absolute, some of the deep military-grade tech, which helps the enterprise look for threats and take actionable intelligence.
Okay, now, so essentially you've transitioned from securing nations to now protecting Fortune 500 companies, and that's a big leap. So what really were some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
Vehere started its journey, as Naveen said, into the national security side, where we were already looking at petabytes data and terabit speed. So what we had to do was basically downsize this technology to cater to the enterprise. So for us, the challenge was, of course, to make sure that we adapt that high speed, high technology designed for defense and intelligence to the enterprise, at the same time bring the flexibility which an enterprise needed. So it was a journey. We've got a fantastic team which did it, and by no feat this is small, because Vehere is the only company across the globe which is providing technology both to intelligent defense as well as to the banking and the telecom and the smart cities what we have.
How do you see AI essentially reshaping both the future of cybersecurity in government as well as enterprise domains?
If harnessed properly, AI can make cybersecurity very proactive, absolutely proactive. This is what we believe, and this is where we are working towards. AI can predict threats across dimensions, scales and speed, which is unheard of today. AI have already started making its relevance in today's world. But again, the way the cybersecurity landscape is changing, in future, I don't think so we'll be able to cope up with it without AI. So AI is going to be very, very critical into what we are doing into the future.
Tell us a bit more about the offices you have. I understand you're working across the US, Singapore, Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Of course, you have R&D centers in India, and Kolkata is one of those. How do you plan to expand further? What are your plans, say, for the next 5 years?
So at this point of time, Vehere is a multinational, right, with offices in India. So our R&D head and the product head, they are based out of Austin, Texas. So we have the leadership team in technology, which reports to Naveen out of Texas. The development center is here in Kolkata, in Bangalore, these two places, and also in Armenia, we have some development center which is going on. In terms of the field operations, what we are looking at is that we have office in New Delhi, which is the pulse for India. Dubai is for UAE. In Riyadh, we have for Saudi Arabia. In Singapore, we have for the ASEAN region. And now we are building up the field operations also in the US. We'll be very proud Make in India company, which is actually going global with the top tier enterprises and the government at large.
So state-sponsored cyber attacks and advanced threats that are rising globally. Now, what do you see are the biggest gaps in enterprise preparedness today, and how do you see your firm being positioned to actually be able to fill those up?
So if you look at the Russia-Ukraine war or the Iran-Israel conflict, even before the battle went on ground, there was already a surge in the cyber attacks which were there in the infrastructure. So effectively what we are talking about, the state sponsor is fairly sophisticated. Today, the intention of a cyber attack is not to do encryption. Okay, there's still a group which can do encryption and make money out of it, but it's to be inside your organization at last to control the kill switch, so that the day I have a trouble, I shut down your power grid, I shut down your banking system, I shut down your telecom. So that is how sophisticated these state-sponsored attacks have become, right? And today the enterprise is, I would say, getting there. Is not ready yet, because at large we are still focused on a north-south traffic, which is connectivity which an enterprise makes outside. But just to remind you, in 2010 when we had this Stuxnet, which was a very famous virus which brought down the Iran nuclear program, right? It was transferred via USB. The need to monitor your internal network becomes very, very important. So monitoring the entire east-west traffic at speed and at scale is what Vehere is delivering to the clients, right? It's like a CCTV with AI on top of it to do recognitions on a real-time basis.
Your company has also moved into smart cities and telecom finance infrastructure. So what are some of the unique challenges that you face in that aspect?
India is still certain years away from streamlining everything. But when we are looking for threats, we need to connect to everything. Look at every source. It can come from any direction whatsoever. So that's one of the threats. That's one of the major challenges that we face in India, that data is still very disparate and they are still not streamlined.
Also now, what we understand is that Vehere's technology is capable of analyzing petabyte scale data at terabyte speeds in real time. So what's next for your R&D roadmap?
This petabyte data is literally a couple of months back. Today, Vehere have reached exabyte of real-time data processing with zero data drop. And that, trust me, is an amazing piece of technology. But again, this is like future happening today, what we have achieved with exabyte data processing. But that's not the only thing. We are working on multiple next generation technology. For example, we are working on self-learning artificial intelligence platform that will evolve to not only defend from, but also to hunt for emerging cyber threats. We have a very bright and young team who is working on post-quantum technologies to counter threats that will be emerging because of the advancement in quantum computing. And then we are creating an amazing piece of self-aware situational awareness engine that will be so sophisticated that it will be able to tackle any sophisticated nefarious cyber vector on its own.
So both of you, and this one's for both of you, come from different backgrounds. So how does that work in, complementing each other in running this fantastic company?
So Naveen comes from a very solid background of engineering, right? And I come from a statistical background, and my role has been primarily in the initial phase of analytics and then field operation. So for me, it's a very complementary role. I will speak to him and say, what is the next gen which is coming in, okay? And every time he'll pull something out of his head. This time he said, we can do something on the quantum. Now these are the pressing issues which you see every day, which the enterprise with the government are looking at. So yeah, I think we form a very good team. We are also brothers and we started this company. So we have had amazing run
In
with it.
2006, we realized the importance of analytics. Okay, that data is the key. And that's where we decided to combine my engineering skills, his statistical skills, get them together and build an absolute powerful data platform which today is doing wonders.
Just touching about privacy, we understand that Vehere actually emphasizes rather on upholding privacy, civil liberties, as well as ensuring that there is national as well as enterprise security too. How do you really manage that?
If we talk about privacy, it's a very core fundamental of everything that we do. Vehere integrates our privacy policies in the very beginning of the technology advancement, not as an afterthought. Anything that we do, from the day one, before even the technology is built, it's very important to understand how the privacy laws or privacy of a person is going to affect that technology. So today, for example, we have tons of safeguards in our technology, including encryptions, including quantum safe encryption algorithms that protects any sensitive data, strong role-based access, your masking of any personal information indicators, and then we have a list of them. That combined with a strong regulatory compliances help us to balance confidentiality with transparency. And hence, we are able to tackle not only the mission critical security, but at the same time, even the privacy. But we do not have a single bit of customer or a live data with us. Absolutely nothing. I mean, trust me, nobody understands privacy better than us.
So what we realize that the way in which the security, the cyber security today is that, I can take your data on the cloud, okay, and I can protect you, but at the same time, I have access to your internal network data. Do I need to have those? But it is not right to have your internal information, which could be, who's talking to whom, as simple as that, or what email communication is flowing in. So it is very important that, when we say we are on-premise by design, that means it will also monitor your workload, but the data is yours to keep. Vehere is nobody in this game. Vehere is only to secure you, okay, not have access to your data and harness that data for my benefits. So that is something which Vehere has very strongly
and it's very unique to Vehere, trust me.
So tell us a bit more about where you really see Vehere about 5 to 10 years from now.
What we see is that in next 5 years' time, Vehere will establish itself as the top leader in the cybersecurity domain, coming out of India and making India proud, right? And we completely envision with the Prime Minister on Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I think Vehere has been doing proud to the nation. We'll make our family proud through.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, both of you, for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much, Nupur, for having us. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
It's really a pleasure.